last 24 hours. Powered by Yiddish24, provided to you by The Click.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday and it's Parshas Mishputim Chuf Gimel Shvat Tufshin Pei Vuv on Edge. My name is Gershy Schwarcz and I am your host on Edge. Iran is essentially not agreeing to any of the terms in current talks with the United States, but they still want to talk. Anyway, yeah. Memento is here for you when you make an event, you produce a Shabaton, or whatever it is, a family Sheva Brachos, a Simcha, Shabbos Sheva Brachos. My brother just made chasana abroad, and guests that came found packages, gift packages. So this is the kind of thing that they do. Memento is there for you. You have to think how, what, when, where. They design a beautiful package, nicely decorated and crafted, curated, I would say, for you, custom made for you, with your monogram, with whatever you want. You can call them on 845-318 gift. 845-318 gift. Mention on Edge. Remember to mention on Edge. You can also email them on info@mementony.com. Okay? All right, let's continue. Let's jump into the news. On Monday, the Trump administration said that the president is against Israel taking full control over Yehuda v'Shomron, the land of Judea and Samaria. A White House official said keeping things quiet is the main goal right now. So the warning comes just 2 days before Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to meet with President Trump in Washington. But the Israeli government is moving forward anyway. On Sunday, the cabinet passed a new rule to let Yidden buy land in Judea and Samaria directly. Until now, you need to have special permission or permits or middle companies to buy land there. These new rules get rid of old laws from when Yarden, controlled the area. If you know a little bit of history, Jordan is actually Palestine. Have a look at it. You'll see. The British gave it and, it was called Palestine. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich says this will let Yidden build permanently in the land. The cabinet also took power away from the Palestinian Authority in key holy sites. Control over building permits in parts of Hebron and also Bethlehem, and now which is now with the Israeli military. This includes areas around Murs HaMachpelah and as well Kai V'Ruchel. World leaders are not too thrilled about this. The United Nations chief Antonio Guterres says these changes will cause trouble. Reports say leaders from Britain, Saudi Arabia and the UAE are calling the move illegal. While the government secures, it's open Navia happening in front of our eyes. While the government secures the land, the Knesset is passing stricter laws against terror. A new bill to give the death penalty to Islamic terrorists will pass its first major vote on Monday. The vote was 39-16. The law says if a terrorist kills a Jew because of hate for the Jewish people, the punishment is death. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir calls this the most important law in Israel's history. He says terrorists need to know they won't just sit in jail waiting for another prisoner swap. Reports say the prison service is already looking at how to carry out these sentences by hanging. The bill still needs to pass 2 more votes to become law. In Bnei Brak, Iran's new target, right? Israeli police arrested 9 Haredim at a protest against the draft. Tzavagiyas. This happens even after we reported that Police Commissioner Danny Levy instructed officers to no longer help the IDF with these arrests. Moving to the war against Iran and its proxies. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is heading to the US to meet President Trump. They're going to look at new secret intelligence that they found on Iran. Reports say they're discussing a possible military strike if talks fail. This comes as Iran tries to make a deal. Obviously, like I said before, they're trying to make a deal. Tehran says they might weaken their nuclear material if the US cancels their sanctions against them. But spy satellites show us the opposite. New images show Iran has filled in and hidden 3 tunnel entrances at the Isfahan nuclear site. It looks like they are preparing for a long fight to protect their weapons from an Israeli or American attack. In Lebanon, let's move on to Lebanon. The IDF is pursuing Hezbollah targets. This time, the Lebanese army actually cooperated with them. They found and destroyed a massive terror tunnel used by Hezbollah terrorists. It was full of missiles and drones. The US military praised the Lebanese army for finally taking action. Meanwhile, the IDF is continuing its attacks on Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. An Israeli drone hit a target in the village of Yanu. The army says they killed Ahmad Ali Salameh, Salami. He was a commander of the Hezbollah terrorist. In a separate attack, soldiers killed another terrorist in the village of Atia al-Shabaab. The IDF says he was gathering intelligence on Israeli troops. In total, 4 terrorists have been killed in southern Lebanon since this morning alone. Down in Gaza, the fighting continues. Israeli soldiers killed 4 Islamic terrorists from Hamas in Rafah today. The gunmen came out of the tunnel suddenly, ambushed, and started shooting at the troops. The soldiers shot back and eliminated the whole group. Hamas leaders are still refusing to step down. A senior Hamas official rejected President Trump's demand to hand over the weapons as part of the second phase of the ceasefire. Regardless, parts of the second phase are being implemented right now. Troops are coming from other countries to help keep order. Indonesia is set to be the first country to send soldiers to Gaza. 8,000 of their troops will join a stabilization force to manage the area. From the Middle East to a violent scene in Australia. President Isaac Herzog is visiting Sydney, and the haters came out in large numbers. 6,000 rioters attacked police near the town hall last night. Videos show police fighting back and punching rioters. 27 people were arrested. Local leaders say the mob was told to leave but refused. President Herzog is there to honor the victims of the terrible terrorist attack that took place and took the lives of 15 innocent Kedoshim, Hashem Yinkom Dumam, at the Hanukkah event which happened at the Bondi Beach on the first light of Hanukkah. Speaking of the attack, a report just came out that Australian intelligence knew the Bondi Beach terrorists, and they knew that they were dangerous years ago. The terrorist, Saeed Akram, and his father were radicalized back in 2019 and swore to ISIS. Even though the agency knew about them, nothing was done. In the UK, the borders are not secure. Well, is that news? I'm not sure. The amount of illegal immigrants entering Britain has broken the record. The numbers reached 65,000 people who have crossed over the UK borders illegally. This is more people, more illegal crossings under Prime Minister Keir Starmer than any other leader in British history. Let's talk about Vice President J.D. Vance for a little bit. He visited many places. He visited Italy. Now he visited Armenia yesterday. He is the highest-ranking American to ever go there. He signed a new deal for nuclear energy and worked for peace in the region. In New York City, Zohran Mamdani started a new group called the Global Oppression and Public Health Working Group. That's lots of names for one group. Critics say it's just a fancy name for an anti-Israel organization. There is also reports that says that Mamdani supported Governor Hakol in exchange for her to give free daycare, pre-K, for illegal aliens in New York City. Meanwhile, in New York, hospitals have some good news to share with us. Nurses at Montefiore and Mount Sinai have reached a deal to end their month-long strike. Did you know they were on strike? We reported it here. On Wall Street, things are good. The Dow Jones set a new record yesterday. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq are also high for the second day in a row. In Paris, 3 Yidden were threatened with a knife while walking home from shul on Friday night, this Shabbos. The attack happened in the 16th district in the city. The men are all in their 20s and were wearing kaplach, yarmulkes. A man walked up to them and asked them if they were Jewish. When they agreed and said, yes, we are Jewish, he pulled a knife out of his pocket and screamed, Israelite! The men ran for their lives, and one of them tripped while running, but they managed to get up and to get to police officers in time. Baruch Hashem, nobody was hurt physically. Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mum of the NBC anchor Savannah Guthrie, has been missing for over a week now. Investigators found blood on her front porch that matches her DNA. They also say the family received a ransom note demanding money through Bitcoin. That deadline has now passed, and there is still no sign of her. Police are searching everywhere, including septic tanks near the home, but they admit they have no solid suspects yet. Investigators are looking at evidence that suggests the attack was planned specifically against her. The ransom notes might have been a trick to confuse the police, or people that took advantage of the moment. Today is the yortzeit of Reb Yeshia ben Reb Shulam Rekeach, who was born in 1825 and passed away today on Chuf Gimel Shvat in the year 1894, known as the Mittler Belzeruv. He was the second Rebbe of the Belzer Chassidus, and the fifth son and successor of Reb Shulam the Sar Shulam from Belz, founder of Belzer dynasty, and a Talmud of Rabbi Yaakov Yitzchak the Seer from Lublin. Rabbi Sai, may his neshama have an aliyah today. Light a candle in his name. It's a choshev day. There's many other kadoshim that are yortzaten today as well, and Hashem should help. But before we go, let me thank my sponsors again. YS Capital Group is there for you. YS Capital Group is there for you when you need a loan to invest in a building. 718-831-2168. Then you have Protobyte for software development, app development. 347. No. Yeah, 347-354-1237. I have to remember it. Yeah, I remember it off by heart. I'll try to. 347-354-1237. Okay? Protobyte. Then we have Arrive Express 845 and 845-2... What's the number again? 845-254-1111 and 845-263-1111. That's in one row. Okay, you know the numbers already. If I made a mistake, you'll tell me. You shall know. All right. And remember, Memento NY 845-318. Gift to get yourself your care packages set up and as well for Purim. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Your daily report of the news of the last 24 hours, powered by Yiddish24, provided to you by The Click.